Get cocktail conversations, candid insights from startup founders, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders from around the globe.
So we started 2 years ago, January 2011. We have about 130 companies in the accelerator. We're based in San Francisco. It's about just shy of 600 people, so it's quite a big technology accelerator. The only people we allow in there are technology companies, and I think that's our sort of difference, is that we're purely focused on tech. We typically look at incubators as the early stage part of the process. So people with an idea head into an incubator. It's a really good place to kind of work out how best to execute that idea. Companies to get into RocketSpace, which we define as an accelerator, they need to know what they're doing for the idea. Our job is, they know where they're going. Our job is to help them get there faster. So it really is acceleration of their business plan, not so much around the kind of working out what the best business plan is. Yeah. And then co-working is really quite different altogether. Co-working is a kind of office as a service business model, and they all have their own flavors, whether it's for companies for social good or companies for technology or so forth. But most of them are just trying to create a bit of community in the office space rather than taking an office on your own. Very early on, we said we were only going to take companies post-incubation or with at least one round of funding. And the real reason for that, partly, it is a quality bar. So, you know, it's as much as everyone thinks it's easy to raise a round of funding, it's still, you know, quite tough to do that. But the other thing is, once you've raised a round of funding, your mindset changes. You know, until you have that first round of funding, you can be fairly, you know, flippant with the business model and so forth, but once you've sold that idea to investors, you really have to focus in and deliver on schedule. So it's good that everyone in RocketSpace is under the same pressure. You know, everyone knows they have to get over these kind of key hurdles for their next round of funding, and we have about one company a week closing an A round. So there's a big momentum in that, and it's good that everyone's in the same sort of space. Seed to B typically is where we see them. I think this is another one of the differences of RocketSpace. When we set it up, we always said that, you know, it's probably going to take us 10, maybe even 15 years to sort of build what we think ultimately RocketSpace will look like. So we're trying to create the ultimate environment for technology companies to thrive in. We, you know, fundamentally we believe that young companies are like young people. They are a product of their environment. So if we can create this amazing environment for companies to thrive in, then we'll see more successful companies come from it. So at the moment, we're just in San Francisco. We will expand to other technology clusters. London, we're looking at. New York, we're looking at. As these clusters form, we want to be in the heart of those clusters. So, yeah, I mean, I would think in 3 to 4 years, we'll probably have 5 or 6 RocketSpaces in key technology clusters. That's our passion. It's our focus. So we only go where, you know, technology is really an integral part of that community.